All right, what's up, peeps? How we doing? Back again. I'm gonna do. This is gonna be a video on the whole legendary EQ Science Act. So it's gonna basically it's gonna be She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic for the pads, and it's got a Miles Morales boss at the end of each one of these. I think there's only 4 pads in this one. But yeah, I get to basically showcase my 6-star She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, and also really Daredevil, man. Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. I took him to rank 3. I'm gonna do another video of one of the chapters in here. I think it's the Missy boss chapter, which basically takes a mutant, or you should use a mutant. But it's the skill chapter, so I'm gonna run Daredevil on that at length. Yeah, no, I've really started to see the value in Daredevil. Never thought I'd say that because he was terrible before his rework, and even after the rework, I was just like, he doesn't really hit all that hard. His ramp takes a while. He doesn't have a whole lot going for him, or at least I didn't think he did. Yeah, like, I don't know, I've come around on the games, evolved so much over the years, and there's a lot of champs that basically phase or cause miss now. Falter, Node, all over the place, and his value's just gone up a lot, I feel. He ignores miss. He just straight ignores miss. It's actually, the description actually reads that he bypasses miss. I don't know. It's basically the same thing as ignoring miss. Either way, there's no conditions to be met. He just ignores miss straight out of the gate. And that's huge. That's so huge. But anyway, yeah, so it's basically going to be Science for the paths here, and then Daredevil for the bosses. And it's fun. This EQ is fun. I like using my my high ranked 6 stars for EQ. It's pretty much the only time I use any of them except She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that Daredevil has a synergy with She-Hulk, which we just saw. I never really used that because in war it's always She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, and Nimrod. But there it is. Like, you get 10% attack rating on her end, I think, and then from his end. On her end, you get increased fury duration by 15%, which is helpful against smaller champs. And then, yeah, that one's good there. I'll go over that in a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of synergies going on here. Always fun. Big fan of synergies. But yeah, She-Hulk gets 15% increased fury duration from him. He gives 10% attack increase, and then also the stun ability accuracy, which is nice. It's just nice to have on any champs that stun. And I think he gives also a percentage to stun, or no, am I getting that confused with Black Widow? I also ran Moleman for 2 of these paths. I don't know if I needed him or if I just wanted to put him in there because it was a synergy that went with for Daredevil. I don't really remember, but it is a pretty good synergy. What are the 600 crit damage rating and enter the fight with 10% something or other. I don't know that it made a difference, using Moleman. I don't know, or Kingpin. But either way, I wanted to use Daredevil, wanted to try out some of the synergies. He ends up working really well for the Miles boss. Yeah, I basically just use She-Hulk for everything. That's not true. I would say for half or maybe 70% of the fights. I mean, I use Mr. Fantastic because I like him. He's a freaking awesome champ. I mean, so good. His value's increased a lot. you know, he's good even if he didn't have the pre-fights. But, you know, the fact that he has the pre-fights not just for himself, but for other champions, man, it is just so good. But he's got a, you know, it's little things like his level 1, it's safe if you throw it against their block, either on purpose or by accident. If you're, you know, not right next to him, if you're right next to him and you throw the level 1 into their block, I don't think it pushes you far enough away. I think you still can get smacked. But if you're like anywhere but right next to him and you throw that level 1 on their block, it pushes you back enough for the AI to, I don't think that they can retaliate with anything before you can block. At least that's my experience. Yeah, see, I mean, his evade, I mean, it's badass. I definitely don't want to change, but you really do have to pay attention and start anticipating the evade. If you have a bunch of debuffs on them or you, because his evade percentage increases every time there's a debuff on you or the opponent. So like, it's fantastic, but you just have to watch for it because you know, you start evading like crazy and it throws your timing off when you're either blocking or trying to parry, and you can get smacked. Yeah, it's Siphon for this fight. I mean, I use Mr. Fantastic to ramp and get some pre-fights. But the Siphon works great because with this size opponent, like as far as their attack rating and their health pool goes, you can see that it's almost a wash with the Siphon pre-fight. Like, I have max willpower and max recovery, but you can see it's, what is it, 182 and 186 red, so it's almost a wash, which is awesome. Mr. Fantastic's really good at this fight too. He actually, you know, he's negative on the damage, I believe. Might be the same as, I guess it's just the same as She-Hulk, uses the single Siphon, but, you know, he can stack the Siphons. So, you know, he actually starts getting positive willpower heals after he's, you know, after 2-3 level 2s. Mr. Fantastic here, as far as I know, his Siphon pre-fight, it reduces damage from passive stuff like this. His Rock Shield, Aura, like Meph's Aura, and whatever other similar things like that. As far as I know, I haven't tested it myself, that's just kind of what I've heard. But yeah, so stack him up, and he actually, I think I finished his fight almost at full health because willpower, those evades, oh, they're good. The rubber band sounds, they're so good. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. It's like a brontosaurus. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, no, I like Mr. Fantastic. I wish I could use him more in war. I mean, I do. There is a few fights where he actually is the better choice over like She-Hulk or Nimrod. I mean, if it's, you know, if it's a She-Hulk fight, I mean, Mr. Fantastic can almost, oh, look at that 35k boot. If it's a She-Hulk fight, Mr. Fantastic can generally always do it. But I don't know, and like, in my opinion, and in most of the situations I encounter, She-Hulk's just the better choice. And I think largely because her signature, I have her maxed at 200. So like going against Mystics, it's just, I mean, Mr. Fantastic, he does amazing versus Mystics, no question. But She-Hulk with Mr. Fantastic's pre-fights in war typically outshines, because like her Petrify is super strong from the level 2. Mr. Fantastic's is really is solid, but you really need to stack them, and that takes time. And she has the slow. You know, it's that heavy for the slow that's just so big. For this global, for, you know, just various champs, for some of the nodes, Footloose, like just so good. And also, like, she gets a max sig. She gets like a straight out of the box huge attack increase against Mystic too. It's like 2.5k at max sig or something. It might be 3. It's strong. And she reduces combat power rate by 25% just against Mystics, just right off the bat. So you add his pre-fight, combat power rate, and what's that? It's 50% less power straight away. Add Petrify, and it's serious. I think this is good. This is one of my favorite fights. Like any of the passive power gainers, really. Like, just put combat power rate. Like, yeah, the Furies, you lose them because he's small, and also like because you've suppressed their power so much, the Furies just fall off. But yeah, like I did Petrify too, so he basically doesn't gain. He gains power so slow, and you just sit here and rotate these heavies, and this is it's just crushing. It never gets old. I mean, he just cannot do anything. No stand your ground because it's not AW or Arena, so and there it is. And then this is gonna stun, and that's just it. He just doesn't do anything. Oh. Her synergy with Chavez for that, I think it's 600 attack increase. When you use heavies that from a non-stunned opponent, so basically just heavy counter, or when you heavy counter anything, as long as they're not stunned, you get plus 600 attack. And I want to use it. Chavez is just bad, and I mean I don't have her as a 6-star, but I actually wish it was a little more. I wish it was like, I don't know, 1500 attack. Her and Captain Marvel movie both activate it, and what does it do? It's plus 600 attack, but is that the one that's for all female champions? I think it is, but I think those are the ones that activate it. I think that's what it is. So yeah, this Captain Marvel movie, like that makes sense. Her heavy is fast, it's single hit, and her kit essentially relies on heavy counters or heavying a lot, and oftentimes the opponent isn't stunned, so it does make sense. She hits hard too. I like Captain Marvel. I mean, I did a grind for her in Arena back as a 5-star. I can't remember if she was before or after Nick Fury, but I think I grinded for both of them. Did Arena. But yeah, like I mean, she's good. There's no question. She's a really good champ. But I don't know. I got a few qualms with her. Like, she is super powerful. There you go, right there. He does retaliate. Look at that. Yeah, that first one. I think it's mediums ignore evade, so I get evade on the second one there. But no, Captain Marvel. The issue with me, and I guess now that I think about it, it might be similar to like Thor. Like, you really need to run max Stupefy, or at least 2 in Stupefy, which is what I have now. When you run, there's a few champs like Jane, Thor, OG Thor. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, and like Captain Marvel movie might be one of those champs. Like, they rely so heavily on stun. Captain Marvel, her level 2 stuns, and it's a long stun, but like you need to be able to dash in and capitalize on that stun. And if you can't do that, it's lackluster. You run a cosmic boost. Yeah, okay, that's great, but like this isn't war or anywhere really, because you run a cosmic boost, you drop a level 2, they get stunned, and you can't capitalize on it because you end up pushing them red. So I mean, theoretically, you could just keep you know, rotating those level 2s if you've got enough boost, I guess, and you know, it works out. But yeah, so that was my biggest issue. So anyway, here we go. I'm rambling, but like, Daredevil, man, he's fun. He's a lot of fun. You know, you saw I pressed there. I was trying to, you know, gonna try these wake ups, and he can wake up as good as any. But he I don't know if he can wake up fast enough to get there and then dex the level 1 that he threw at me. Ooh, that evade. So he gets a single evade charge that's 100% evade whenever he's knocked down. Like basically stealth, but not 60% chance. It's 100%. I think it's 100%. Hey, I could be wrong. I don't remember what it said. It might not be. I don't know. But you see that Righteous Wrath? It's the rotating black and white wheel. And he gets that. You have to throw a level 3 to get that, typically. And it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. Increases attack a lot. I think he's got like a 30 or 60% chance to bleed on every basic attack. Cause bleed. But he gets that when he goes over or drops below or goes over 15 combo. He gets that from Peni synergy also, which is big. It's like his best synergy. So yeah, but yeah, you can see like pre-fights all up. I think this is the first time I fought him, and I was just, you know, I started getting serious here. But look at that. So normally he phases whenever you use a special. Miles does. So no, you don't have to use a champ that ignores miss. Like, yeah, any champ can do them, but it's annoying because you can't use level 1 or level 2 with any of those champs unless they ignore miss. Like Hercules on his level 1, Professor X, he could use his specials on him. I don't know, others, you know, but that's annoying because otherwise you're sticking to basic attacks at level 3 with most champs, because once you throw that special, he phases. I think he takes, what, 1 hit or something, and then he phases the rest 100% or something. I don't know exactly how his phase works. I have him at rank 2. I haven't really gotten into him yet. I ranked him long ago for War, and he just stayed at rank 2. He got reworked, and I just so many champs, and they come so fast. Like, everyone loves him. I mean, people that use him like say he's really good. And that ability to phase alone, phase specials at like, whatever it is, 100% after 50% or something, I don't know. But it's like first hit he takes, and then the rest he just phases. So that's really good, and I didn't want to deal with any of that, you know. I'm just into Daredevil right now. The fact that he can ignore miss, and he really does body maul. Like, that's the thing, is like he really does. You could see his value just increasing with these bigger Ebony Maws, and how Ebony Maw's just like, he's just annoying. You know, he's definitely counterable even without a champ that ignores miss, but that, you know, that's one huge layer on him and a whole lot of champs now that you just never have to worry about. You don't have to make sure that you're over 25 charges like Professor X, and you don't have to make sure you've got, you know, uptime on the level 1 from Hercules, and I'm not saying he's better than any of those champs by any means. I'm just saying it's a nice, it's a different perspective. It's nice to not have to, you know, it's just one thing you don't have to deal with, and it's pretty big. It's so yeah, like, I like it. I mean, you do, you know, sacrifice some damage. He's obviously not Hercules. I mean, Daredevil is not hitting like Hercules at all. Professor X, man, that guy can shred. Really powerful champ. You know, and he can crank those specials out, unblockable. You know, you just got to make sure you're over 25 charges, Cerebro charges. So you know, ignore evade and miss, which is huge. But yeah, like, I don't know, it's just something different. Like, and he pairs, like, you know, I'm a huge synergy fan, and he does pair so well with She-Hulk, you know. It's a really good synergy for both of them. Yeah, and I've started to run, you saw I just ran Petrified this one. I didn't bother with combat power against Loki because, you know, he just gets that power flood to level 1 every time. So just reduce that is fine. But also, like, you know, with that synergy and against small champs, you don't necessarily want to reduce their combat power so you can keep the flow going and have them have those taunts keep working and simultaneously keep your Furies ramped. Because them throwing specials, I mean, it's her whole Fury refresh is contingent on the opponent throwing the specials. So it's like a cycle, you know, Furies taunt, but the Furies also need to be refreshed, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it works well as long as you can keep the flow going. It's when the AI just sits there and turtles and just blocks and blocks and blocks, and you know, it's like they know. It's like she gets to like 5, 6, 7 Furies, the AI just like nope, and they often just back off. It seems, you know, could be tinfoil hatting here, but it's what it seems like. You know, they'll back off a lot and just sit there, and you know, kind of basically your Furies have to fall off. What do you do? You know, you know, some of these fights. EQ now, you know, not war or anything, but I'll stand in front of the opponent, literally neutral standing for like a second and a half, 2 seconds, it feels like, just goading them, you know, just because like, hey man, taunt me, and they just don't want to do it. So yeah, you saw I got smacked here. This lane, these disorient lanes, always annoying because you can't really parry, you know. Not even, and the thing is, it's like, okay, no parry stun, fine, I get it, it's Nova. But like you can't even well-timed block on like to take less damage, really. I mean, you can obviously, you know, but then you get disorient on you, and that's annoying. Like, it's just annoying. I don't even like seeing that thing, and it's passive, so it's like, man, there's no way you're getting this removed with any champ. You know, it's like the only way to get around it is Akon, and I think maybe Night Thrasher. Like, I don't know if it has to be a debuff. I'm not sure. But I think Night Thrasher he has some kind of way around disorient. But yeah, so yeah, Nova, that was like the tough fight of this lane, I think. This is kind of a testament to this this health pool, because I think this lane, I do use She-Hulk for a lot of it, and I don't heal any. I mean, yeah, I use potions, but like, I also like seeing how far she can get, you know. I didn't plan on using her at all for Miles, so none of the champs in this. It's basically She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, Daredevil. Yeah. No Kingpin, and no, whatever her name is, Penny. Penny's good too. I mean, and with the synergy, it allows her to parry non-contact. Yeah, there's a few spots in this video I didn't edit out. Apologies for that, where like lag. Yeah, you see it. There was I think a spot earlier or something where I was at the load screen for seemed like a minute. But yeah, so I had already planned, you know, She-Hulk was fantastic, Daredevil, that's it, let's go. So yeah, Daddy Longlegs over there with his rank 4 Mr. Fantastic, man. That's an awesome champ. I would definitely rank 4 him. But yeah, he knows. And if you, I'm sure you guys know, but like, if you don't, watch any of his videos on Mr. Fantastic, because he's the man. And Mr. Fantastic is just so good. I mean, I know this chapter, like, it gives you Furies for each, I think it's each time a damaging debuff expires, you know? With the double light there to get close, like, that's, with him especially, because it often puts you just too far away to hit him, you know, reset stuff or hit him with the heavy. And like that one, you know, you get better as you keep playing with it. You start gauging what the spacing needs to be and what the spacing should be for, you know, resetting the debuffs with the heavy. Plus that heavy, when it crits and you've got those Furies up in this EQ, it can hit hard. Big boot. Das Boot. Yeah, here's another one, like I think what I do, combat power right in this, and I should have probably did petrify. I've got plenty of them. No, just combat power. Yeah, it's all about just I work him towards the corner, and then just spam that heavy. Boom. Knock him down. Fury's coming. And then let's go to work. Fine. So the Furies do drop off, you know, but what are you going to do? They're going to drop off anyway. I mean, just, ow. Another disorient, that's what I mean. Well-timed block. Wasn't even trying to parry, you know, like, I mean, I wasn't trying to parry stun, obviously, but I just wanted the damage reduction. What are you going to do? Not a big deal. Bodied. I use her for this Archangel because why not, you know? God, I wish we had like 70 mastery point. What do we have, 59? Yeah. I mean, I'd be good with like, give me 3 more, you know? I could work with that. That would be awesome. But really, 5 more mastery points, man, I'd run like, yeah, it'd be good. A lot more flexibility. I mean, I basically keep MD maxed, you know, for defense, but even, you know, when I don't have mystics on defense, it just stays maxed. Like, in my opinion, like you really do need 4 MD, for me anyway, minimum. Testing the heavy there, practice, right? Thank you, Siphon. Yeah, all 3. Yeah, like, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying here. Keeping an eye on this fight. Oh, for mystics, yeah, like, I mean, in my opinion, you really do need MD4 at a minimum, to make mystics usable. There's exceptions, obviously. Doom, you really don't need MD at all. I mean, yeah, he definitely works well with it. You just go to level 3 all the time and you can just rotate level 3s and just destroy him. But like, yeah, he doesn't need it. Who else? There's a couple. I mean, I pretty much use Doom for anything. Anytime you need a mystic, been using Doom. That's changing with the war meta now, it feels like. Claire, Sorceress, probably some others, Tigra. Yeah, like, and I mean, there's mystics that don't, you know, who else? Dragon Man, you don't need MD with him. He's got passive power gains. Sorceress, probably not. Not sure. I've just started to use her. But I do know that like pretty much any mystic with MD, high MD, they're almost always better. I mean, with few exceptions. Like, Voodoo, probably want 3 with him. It's been a while. I know he's a 6-star again. Yeah, this fight's good. Like, starting to get, you know, more used to him. I've really just started playing with him. I think this, I don't remember, I don't think I did. Max Deep Wounds here, I don't think I did. I did spec that for a bit when I was out of MD in off season. I took the points out of MD. Pushing to level 2 there. Easier to deal with. Evade, nope, no evade. So yeah, like with that Righteous Wrath, like every time you do a heavy here, you drop 10 combo meter. That's the other thing with him is that his combo meter is persistent. It never drops. I mean, he doesn't drop by, like, he can't lose his combo. He can drop his own combo meter, but that's the only way he can reduce it. And it's by Special 2 and Heavy. I think those are the only 2 ways. And Heavy drops by 10, Special 2 is like 5 per hit, and there's 3 hits, I think, in the level 2. It's that or 10 per hit. I don't think it's that. I think it's like 5 per hit or something. But like, that's the only way he can drop his level 2, and I'm sure there's gonna be nodes where, like, you know, I thought I already encountered one, like Dismay. I don't know how that works with Dismay, because it's like once you lose your highest combo, but if you don't ever lose your combo, I don't know. But I think it might interact with that somehow in a positive way for him. Could be negative, I don't know. If anyone wants to figure that out, cool. But I'm sure there's going to be nodes that, you know, that's an advantage for him, the fact that he doesn't drop combo meter. And I think there's a synergy that starts him with 10 combo. Is it the Peni one I have here? Might be, I don't know. But yeah, like, he's got double hit mediums, which I'm not a fan of at all. But I don't know, I've come around on that ignore, falter, bypass, miss is just, it's ridiculous, man. I think there's a Maw path in here too. I've been practicing fighting Maw with him, like doing my own roster with Max MD. See, the thing with him is like, Maw only gets a degen on, at least initially, maybe longer in the fight, he can degen more with maybe level 3 or something, but like he gets one single degen from nullifying a buff on his level 1. After that, he can still nullify with his level 1, but I don't think he can get degen again, except maybe later in the fight. Like I said, something to do with Black Tongue when it ramps or something. I don't know. I don't know Maw that well as an attacker. And we never fight him that long in war to worry about it. And then like he degens he gets one single degen on his level 2, I believe. If he lands it, he has to land the level 2, I'm pretty sure. The level 1 he doesn't, because obviously it's just nullifying a fury or precision, maybe cruelty on you. And then if you're knocked down, yeah, either by a heavy or just period, that's a degen right there. And then also, what's the other one? Oh, if you miss. And like, so each one of those is one single degen. And by, you know, I mean, it hurts. Like, it definitely, depending on the size of the Ebony Maw and obviously the size of the champ you're using, it definitely hurts. But it's only the one time. So with Daredevil, he's great because you can essentially, if you play it correctly, you could just keep pushing him to level 2, so he never actually nullifies like a Dex buff, a Dex precision, or one of Daredevil's own cruelties or anything like that, because he never throws a level 1. You could do that, but you know, it's typically just easier as long as you have a healthy Daredevil. Just go ahead and eat the nullify degen on level 1, and then as long as you play well and, you know, don't get knocked down, don't eat a level 2, you're good. You know, you can just sit there and rock, because you never have to worry about the falter, so you're not having to play around that falter, because that becomes the most annoying thing. Probably is that from the get-go, the most annoying thing with Maw is that, like, that falter, it comes briefly at first. If you keep knocking him down, it delays that. But then it starts coming more frequently, and you have to wait through it. And then as the fight goes on, it just starts swinging in Maw's favor, because that falter starts coming quicker, and you have to wait it out. I mean, you can swing and get faltered, but yeah, you really do. You should wait it out. But with Daredevil, you never have to worry about that. And he heals. I think he gets a little bit of extra healing from that falter, since it's a debuff. But I don't. Yeah, I think you get a little more. I know his regen is stifled a bit just since his buff. Like, that's just what happened. Like, they give him less regeneration. It's weird, but I guess it can't be modified like Kingpin, except by poison like Kingpin. But Kingpin got the better end of that regen deal, I'm pretty sure. I think people complained, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if that was intentional by Kabam, or it just worked out that way, or I don't know. Maybe there's a reason they did it. I mean, he does have really good block proficiency, or high block, perfect block chance, one of the two. And he does have a synergy with Hitmonkey, where I think it's 100% perfect block chance. on projectile, what is it? Projectile physical attacks or non-contact physical attacks is I think how that reads, which I didn't quite understand it. But I think, yeah, but it's basically projectiles, I'm pretty sure. But non-energy projectiles, like Dorm's level 2 is energy at level 2. Hyperion's level 1 is energy projectile, pretty sure. But yeah, so She-Hulk for this fight, I think I eat a level 3 here, I think. But if you, no, maybe not. Get that level, I used to take Hyperion on, I think it was Path 4 on like an old school war map where it was like Brawl Hyperion, maybe with increased power gain. Level 1 start though, and yeah, She-Hulk back then, yeah. I think it was definitely 5-star. I don't even think she was introduced as a 6-star. If they even, I think that was like at the cusp of 6 stars. But yeah, level 1 start, She-Hulk. Don't think Mr. Fantastic was out yet. And then you just, yeah, level 1 start, hit that level 2. Her heavy obviously sorts the unstoppable. And so then you just gotta reverse his power gain with that level 2. Skill or science boosts, and yeah, that's it, you know. It was tricky because his power gain was so fast, and like you didn't want to eat that level 2 or that level 3, but you needed the level 1 start because it would take an eternity to get to a level 2, and you'd have to bait a ton and etc. So, you know, use a level 3 33% reduction. Anywho, I digress. But yeah, like Daredevil, man, he's good. He's really good. You know, that Moth fight, you just ignore Falter the whole time. So what I was getting at with all that is I think that he still heals additionally with that Falter debuff and his own Rage debuff, despite having a limited region or willpower interaction. I think he still gets additional from each debuff. It's just all reduced by 45% or to 45%. But either way, like, yeah, it is what it is. You know, what are you gonna do? Like, I guess that also means he can't, like, he probably owns Void. I haven't even fought any Voids with him yet, but I imagine like it's a better turnout, a better scenario than it is with Kingpin. Could be wrong because Daredevil does get a Rage debuff like Kingpin, but Kingpin stacks them easily. And shut up, Siri. What's happening here? Yeah, Kingpin stacks them. Daredevil doesn't, and he doesn't have it. I would say, I don't know off the top of my head, I think Daredevil only gets it like it's not up most of the fight. I want to say he only gets that Rage debuff 30% of the fight, maybe. I don't know. Kingpin basically has full uptime on those Rage debuffs, and they stack. So yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't fought Void yet. Yeah, I don't think I did fight him in any of these. And if I did, I don't remember it. I must have just blown through them. The other thing about all these chapters, or at least the ones where like you want to use Mutant, I wanted to use Rogue as a horseman. But that means you got to bring, at the very least, you know, yeah, two champs plus Rogue. So you're talking about, you know, Cable and one of his genetic code activators, or APOC and one of his genetic code activators like Cable or Kang or Sinister. But there's not even any mutants on any of these paths. So you do have to bring those two plus Rogue, which is annoying. Like literally not even one mutant on any path. So they basically know. I think it seems like Command's like, no, because what I'm getting at here is that, you know, Apocalypse, you can ramp with just a mutant. So you can just bring Apocalypse and just be able to max ramp him on one fight. But you can't do that because there's not even one mutant. So you end up having to bring Apocalypse and Cable or whatever anyway. So I didn't. I don't think I did. I think I just rolled with Rogue without Horseman. But she really does shine with that. Bum. Right through it. See? Does not care. Miles Morales can't do anything against that. I mean, yeah, you got the evade. It's the single evade. It'd be a lot more annoying if it was like a lengthy evade like Cosmic Spider-Man is. But yeah, that Righteous Wrath is up. It's like whenever, all right, so we'll watch together here. So I think it's when you go over 15, I think that's what it is. And so by using that heavy, you drop below 15. You know, you're going over 15 and then you heavy him, I think is the ideal rotation, drops you back below. And so you can keep like essentially swinging, you know, in a circle motion past that 15, you know, that 15 threshold. You drop back up, and you can just keep that Righteous Wrath, you know, a lot of uptime on that. And it does a lot for his attack too. I mean, I think you start getting much, you know, pretty good damage. I don't want to say great, but pretty good damage when you get the level 3 from Daredevil for his long Righteous Wrath, and then you start rotating that Righteous Wrath Peni synergy from him, you know, when you go over the 15 combo threshold. Went with Corvus here, either just because Mr. Fantastic's fun or there's a reason. I like it, he's better for it, to be honest. Start stifling that power. He can evade some of that. Boom. Boom. That blade. Whew. Watch out. Look at that. It always amazes me. Like, you're far away from that level 1 swing, but it's like it brings the screen in, and he always like hits at least your block with that. It's like, kind of annoys me. Like, no way. You guys are bringing the screen in. That hitbox is, I mean, he's so far away. Nope. There's other champs where that happens too. Like, and I think I've talked about it before. Immortal Hulk. His level 1, at the end of it, it's like, you try to stand far enough away to counter with a heavy, and it's like, you really have to watch it because it's like that level 1 is here, and then it like just, it's like the screen closes in, and it brings you so close to him. It's silly. Yeah, She-Hulk Annihilus, annihilated. I do step back. I mean, this guy's, you know, he's kind of a joke with She-Hulk. I mean, you can play him multiple ways. You know, you can. He's a toy with him now. I mean, just do step back intercepts, practice those. I mean, boom. But yeah, like I mean, you just hold block really and just counter his heavy. And she heals from all his debuffs. You know, like, so it's like, man, she's almost unkillable versus Annihilus if you're, you know, depending on war, if you're boosted up, like. You know, as long as it's not a heal block node. But yeah, you just counter that heavy, man, and he's just, look at that. Look at those furies, man. Damn. Let's practice the step backs, get obliterated, heal. Like, what are you going to do? Guy is a turd. Actually, I kind of want a 6-star Annihilus because he's got some synergies now where, like, I think he could be pretty damn good on as an attacker for some situations. Is it Circe or... I don't remember off the top of my head, that like makes him take half damage when he's unstoppable, and when you're on attack, like, and you're laying those whatever they are, I don't know, not ruptures, but whatever he has, his debuffs that he procs, I think they're unique to him. But like you're stacking those on their block and when you hit him, so like he goes unstoppable a lot. I mean, it may be brief, but it's a lot. So you could sit there and just wreck, you know, intercepts all day long with those, and you're taking half damage. Oh, body getting close, back to work. This guy's like, what am I doing here? Oh, who are you? I mean, what do you do here? You just get wrecked. Whop! Ooh, got the nice 20%. I don't remember why this didn't do anything. A little confused there. I don't know what happened there. It's like either there was something in the node, his ability that I missed, one of the two, or the game just like couldn't handle it. And Kabam was like, nope. I don't know. I mean, he took 0 damage from that level 3, I'm pretty sure. Or like 1%. I don't know. If someone knows, then feel free to put it in the comments, because I don't. I watched Karate Mike's vid on Unstoppable Colossus, and I guess it was one of his synergy numbers. But, so yeah, when they're unstoppable and she's heavying, her unstoppable cuts through any unstoppable no matter what, which is awesome. I mean, she's gonna get hit, but it's basically like she has a passive unstoppable, but that doesn't even show up. And she removes their unstoppable and gains like a 1500 or 2000 fury buff, passive fury buff. It's pretty awesome. So you can like basically open with heavy against Juggernaut and duped Unstoppable Colossus, and most of the time they're opening with a heavy or medium, so you just eat it, but you also knock them down and gain a massive fury, plus it's fun. But yeah, no, he did a synergy video with Unstoppable Colossus, Red Guardian, and was it Abomination or no? Colossus, OG Colossus. And Unstoppable Colossus, man, that dude was beasting, like 50k heavies, and his heavy's awesome. It's a single hit, but it's quick. I've always liked Unstoppable Colossus. He's vanilla as all get out. Like, he is just basic, His kit is like, it's like Hawkeye's old kit, like Special 3 didn't even say anything. It had 1 sentence text for level 1 and level 2 each, and like that was it. Signature was brief, but yeah, like, I don't know, that synergy team was awesome. And I think ultimately Red Guardian's the big one, and I think also Icarus was in there. Icarus, if I remember. I was kind of hoping, like, because I think what was his name, Diablo's got a synergy for Juggernaut, which gives him like a lot more armor or something, but I was hoping for something like that, or if that synergy also covered Unstoppable Colossus, or it would be really cool if Unstoppable Colossus had a synergy like the Annihilus one I was just talking about, where if he could take like half damage while unstoppable, that would be awesome. I mean, I think he'd be war viable, man. You just sit there and just blast people and take like no damage. But I think he's got to have a high signature like Jugs to get anything, to get any lengthy unstoppable out of him. And no one's putting 6 stones in Unstoppable Colossus. I mean, no one's buying a 6-star Unstoppable Colossus, if I'm being honest. If I had like 10 million loyalty, sure, probably buy him. I'd buy him twice. I'd probably buy him 3-4 times. But yeah, no one's doing that. Some players might, and I don't think anyone's using a gem on him. Well, actually, probably not now. Ooh, that was good. Forgot about that one. Light into heavy spacing. But I don't know. Some people may actually use a gem on him. I mean, it saves you what, 1.6 million loyalty. I mean, hey, maybe, I don't know, maybe on defense at some point he kind of works out. The other interesting thing that I didn't know, because whoever looks at Unstoppable Colossus's bio or tags, right, is that he's an X-Men. He's tagged X-Men, and Karate Mike mentioned that. I never even thought about that, but that is awesome. I'm sure that is going to be useful at some point if anyone ever uses him for anything, because that means, Professor X stuff applies, and probably some other stuff. Yeah, so it'd be cool if he was like also a mutant. Start get APOC on him. Horseman, Ultimate Colossus, Unstoppable Colossus. Yeah, this is the last one here. Last fight. I'm seasoned now. I think I did these in order, these videos. I think this is the last path. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. This event quest was fun. I liked it. This is Science Path, who, like I said, Daredevil for the skill path. So I get to use him a lot more instead of just this boss fight. And then I think I've only done one path on that, and I used Rogue against Missy, and she got wrecked. I got wrecked. And then Cable came out, pulled that arm out, the big gun. So I don't know how I'm going to approach Missy again. Like, the node probably boosts her up, but that unblockable stuff, I don't know how to evade her specials yet. I haven't seen her enough. Maybe I'll duel my 3-star Missy and see what's up. There's the buffs, though. Do I lose them? I think I do. Yep. Oh, well. Gotta do it the hard way, guys. No, those pre-fights don't really... I mean, they're not doing much. The combat power rate was the only one that really mattered. Boom. 26 combo. Boom. Oh, see, that's the one. Oh, it was evade. That's what it was. Ah. I forgot he had the evade up. Righteous Wrath coming. What? No, his moveset has grown on me, though. Like I said, I really am not a fan of double mediums, but, like, I don't know. I mean, it just takes getting used to, like anything else. Like, I'm starting to get into Tigra. Yeah, like, she's all double mediums, you know. Black Widow, Deadly Origin, same thing. I want to get good with her because she is really good. I mean, she's like the only champ that can just do shocks on basics like that, I think, and a lot of them. Plus, I've got a rank 3 Red Guardian who's probably going to be coming to war this season. Pretty excited about that. Rank 3 Sig 200 Red Guardian, and she pairs well with him. So, like, yeah, the beard, you know. Anyway, man, this Daredevil, you know, if you guys watched all this, like, I hope you got some appreciation for Daredevil now, because dude is like, he's gotten some value, guys. Pretty good. Anyway, man, you know, here we go. My 100%. Ooh, very nice. Those 5-star signature summons, though. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.